Okay, there's number 4. We're just working on some deep breaths. Arms back down. Here's number 5. Good. Arms back down by your side. You can put your hands in your lap. We're going to be working on some neck mobility, so I want you to be looking side to side. So I am going to be looking to my right. I'm just holding that for a few seconds, and back to center, and then over to my left. So this is going to be opposite direction from you if you are mirroring me. Back to center. Here's number 2 to my left. There's 3. And 3. 4. Here's 5. And 5. Good. So looking back, forward. We're going to be bending our head side to side. So I'm going to my right side first. I'm just holding that for a few seconds. And then back up to center. Over to my left. Center. Here's number 2. And to the left. Here's 3 to my right. And 3. Here's 4. And 4. And here's number 5. And to the left. Good. Okay. The next one, again, just having arms down by your side. You're just thinking about rolling your shoulder blades back as though you're tucking those shoulder blades into your back pocket. Okay. So I'm just shrugging up, rolling back, and tucking them into my back pocket. So I'm doing 10 of those. Good. That's number 3 for me. Here's number 4. Just spending some time with them in my back pocket. Here's number 5. 6. 7. 8. There's 9. And 10. Good. And just reset. I kind of like to shake out my arms just to get back to that normal sitting posture. Again, you're wanting to make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. The next one is just the same thing, but rolling forward. So you're just kind of hunching your shoulders forward and then continuing that circle. Coming forward. There's 2. Here's 3. We're going to 10. Here's 4. There's 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Just going to adjust my timer here. Stick with me. We're going to now do our final sitting posture reset, which is holding your arms in front of you, your hands in front of you, as if you're holding a tray. Now, you're going to keep your elbows at your side and just bring your hands as far out to the left and right sides as possible while keeping your elbows hugged into your rib cage. Good, and then release it. So what we're doing is externally rotating your shoulders here. Good. Just holding it for a few seconds each time. Good. Let's do a couple more. Okay. All right, a couple more. Releasing. Again, just bring these hands out to the side. Don't worry if you can't get as far as I can. Let's do two more. So here's the first one. And number two. Good. All right. Okay, I'm going to start our timer. The next thing we're going to get into is just doing some aerobic activity. I want to get your heart rate up a little bit. That's really good to get your body warmed up. So again, if you want to be sitting, I don't have anyone to help me with modifying that position for you today, but if you can join me standing, that's great. You can always bring that chair up close to you, whether it's by your side or if you're standing behind the chair. First thing we're going to do is doing some marches. So we're just going to march in place. I'm going to start with my right leg. We're going to do 20 marches. There's 3. 7. 12. 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. Take a brief rest break. All right. The next one we're going to do is we're going to be stepping forward. You can either start, I want you to be able to see my feet. You can start with your feet staggered. So one slightly in front of the other, and we're on like a railroad track. We're not one in front of the other. So if my feet are on railroad tracks, I'm keeping one foot in front, and I'm just going to shift my weight forward and then onto my back foot. So reaching forward, here's 2. Feel free, if you don't want to keep your feet in the same position, you can always step out. So that would look like this, stepping out and up, and then back. Out and up, and then back. Okay, I think I'm on number 8. You get extra credit if you can keep count for me. Here's number 10, we're going to 20. Here's 11. So really big reach. Here's 13. 14. 15, really shifting forward and reaching. 17. 18. 19. And here's 20. Okay. Just going to get our feet back together. Again, our feet are on railroad tracks. They're not in one in front of the other. So I like to just keep my feet staggered. We're going to go with that left side now. So I'm going to shift forward and reach, and then come back onto my back leg. There's 2. 3, 4, and if you're stepping, it looks like 5, step out and back. 6, 7. So I'm going to just stay with my feet in one place. That way I'm just rocking back and forth from the front leg to that back leg. I think this is 10. Here's 11. 12. Going to 20. Here's 13. 16. 19 and 20. Good. All right, reset and get your posture back to that nice upright posture, shoulders back, standing up tall. The next one we're going to do is doing a step forward and push. So I'm always going to be leading with my right leg. That just feels better to me. So I'm keeping my hands at chest level. I'm just going to step forward and push, and then come back. And then we'll switch to the left side. Step forward and push, and back. Here's number 3, and back. Here's 4, and back. We're going to 20. There's 10. So that nice weight shift. So we're taking just a big step forward, coming back to that same starting position. There's 14. You can think about getting your fingers nice and wide and just trying to work on those big movements with our body, big amplitude, large movements. Okay, let's do one more on this side and on the other side. Good. Okay, rest for a moment. Next one, we're going to be getting a little bit of balance into the mix here. So what you're going to be doing is kind of shifting your weight to that left leg. I am just lifting my right knee as I reach overhead. So it's going to look a little bit faster than that. I'm just essentially doing a march with an overhead reach. So if we're getting full credit, this is number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, going to 20, 10, 13, nice big arm pushes straight overhead. Get as tall as you can. There's 18, 19, 20. Good. Right, we'll reset, get back to that nice tall standing posture. Again, think about shoulders up and back. Still thinking about potentially tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. That way you're as upright as possible, chest is open. The next thing we're going to do is doing a step turn to both sides. So we're essentially going to be doing 10 to each side. So what it's going to look like is just stepping out to the right and then back to the center. You've got that space, out to the left and then back to the center. So I'm turning to the right and then back to center, turning to the left and back to center. Okay, this is 5, 6, 7, 8. So nice big steps. I think this is 12. You guys can leave me a comment if I'm off count too much. I probably am. It's hard to count and talk at the same time. Got it. It's our timer, we're doing fine. Okay, we're gonna do one more to each side. Back to center and to the left. And back to center. Good. All right. So what I wanna do is make sure that we've got enough time for the strength, because that's really gonna be the core of what we're focusing on today. So the first thing that I want you to think about is a lot of these movements is going to require doing a squat. And so you want to think about when you're doing a squat, you are almost pretending as though you're going to sit down into a chair, but you kind of change your mind and you stand right back up. So some people will get into the habit of doing a squat where their knees are going forward. That can be really bad for your knees. It can turn into some knee pain. Plus, some people will then start to lose their balance forward. So what you want to really think about is thinking about really sitting down to sit on a chair and then standing back up. So for our exercise today, we're not going to be sitting on a chair unless you need that physical cue, but you're simply going to be pretending like you're sitting down and then just standing right back up. So that's really good for your leg strength, for your quadriceps, which are your thigh muscles here in the front. So the first squat variation we're going to do is a squat with a heel raise. So I like to use my hands to help me out a little bit. I kind of counterbalance with my arms in front of my chest. And then I bring my hands kind of back by my hips so I can lift myself up onto my heels. So let's do 10 of those. So we're starting here, and here's 1. And 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. You'll probably feel a little bit of a balance component here. I know I do. I feel it when I come up onto my heels. Onto my toes for that heel raise. I really have to be mindful of not wobbling too much and losing my balance. Okay. The next one, we're going to be doing a rock forward. So with this one, I want you to do an actual step out. So you're going to just reach up and with the same side arm, reaching up above your head. So with this one, I really want you to think about doing that step out. If that means having a countertop or a chair next to you, then do that, if that helps with your balance. But let's see if we can step out and up. So this is similar to what we did in the last section. Here's 2 and 2. I'm getting 10 on each side. There's 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more each side. 1 and 1. Good. Okay. The next one we're going to do is reaching one hand overhead. So we're pulling in that squat again. So the squat is first, we're just squatting down. And then you're going to lift one hand overhead. So I'm reaching with my right hand. We'll go into a squat again and reach with my left hand. So here's number 2 and number 2 on this side. Here's 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. You can put your hands on your knees if you want, just to give you a little bit of stability, that's fine. But trying to get as low as you can, where you're still controlling it. This is number 8. And 8 on the left for me. There's 9. There's 10 and 10. Okay. Give those legs a break. Stay away from the squats for just this next one. This is, again, a weight shift. Instead of shifting our weights forward, we're going to be shifting our weight to the side. So you are going to be reaching out to the right side and with that nice long arm reach, and then back to center. And then same thing with the left and back to center. So to the right, reaching out, shifting your weight to the left, back to center. Here's number 3 to the right, and 3 to the left. We're going to 10 on each side. This is number 5. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. It's number 10 and 10. Good. Catch your breath. Take a deep breath. Reset your posture. Again, we're wanting your posture to be nice and upright as much as you're able to. The next squat variation includes a punch across your chest. So what I'm doing is squatting down and just punching across diagonally to the opposite side. And then squatting down, left arm comes across to the diagonal right. Okay, here's 2 and 2. So we're getting credit for going to each side. That's why our counting is a little bit slower than just 1 repetition each move. Squatting, here's 5 and 5. 6, 6. 7, 7. A little bit of a twist, trunk, as you reach out, punching diagonally with that opposite arm. We have 1 more to each side. Here. Good. Okay. Taking another break from those squats. Getting that good posture. You're going to be reaching both arms out. I'm keeping my palms facing forward. All I'm going to do is pretend as though I'm grabbing a rope that's extending out from each opposite wall. And I'm going to pull it back. And I'm bringing my shoulder blades to touch behind me. So reaching out for those rope and pull it in. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Reaching out again, pull that imaginary rope in. Overemphasize the strength that you need to really pull it in. Reaching out again, big long arms, pulling in. Okay, I think this is 6. Don't worry, it's all gonna come out in the wash if we've done too many repetitions or not enough. It's all gonna even out. Let's call this number 9 and 10. Good. Okay, rest for a moment. Work on nice deep breath. It's okay to take those breaks. Anytime you're exercising, don't feel as though it needs to be full throttle the whole time. You do need to take those rest breaks, get that heart rate back to normal. Not all the way down to resting, but at least to where you can breathe a little bit better. All right. We are going to do another squat. So you're going to be squatting down, and then this is our power up move. So we're squatting, arms out to the side, kind of behind you, really emphasizing that upright posture. This is number 4. Pulling back. Okay, 2 more. Last one. Good. Okay. The next one is not a squat, but we do have 1 more squat after this. But this one, this is our step forward and punch. So you're basically just going to step forward, punch with that right arm, and then back. We're going to stay on this right side. So let's just call this number 1. We're doing 10 of these. Here's 2. There's 3. So you're reaching forward for something that's just out of reach. Coming back. Done it again. You guys have lost count, but I'll call that number 9. Here's number 10. Good. All right. Back to a squat. But this is our last squat variation. So make this one good. What you're going to think about is just doing a squat as though you dropped something down in the center of the floor between your feet. So we're going to squat down, reach with right, reach with left, taking turns. So I'm just going to reach down, grab it with my right hand and come up. Now I'll use my left hand to reach down and pick that imaginary thing up off the floor. And here's 2 on this side. So I'm making this count double. Here's 3 and 3. So again, you're just reaching. I don't want you to collapse forward, but really think about a straight back, just extending your arm reach to that point between your feet. This is number 6, and on the left is 6, 7, 7, 8, number 9 with the right and with the left. And here's number 10 on the right and on the left. Good. Right. Take a deep breath. All right. The final one in this section, which is our strength and balance section. This is, again, stepping out, this time with the left leg, reaching with that left arm in front of you, then coming back. I'm going to back up so you can see me. Here's number 2. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. You're doing good on time. I'm going to get one more timer set for us so that we can be completely on time today. So this final small section has 3 exercises. The first one is just working on some shoulder mobility, a little bit of upper back extension to support your posture. So it's really important because many of us spend our days sitting. You know, you've heard this repeatedly from many people that, you know, sitting on the couch, maybe sitting at the table, the dining table, or even driving on the computer. A lot of us are in this forward position. So just trying to get those shoulder blades back, opening up that chest, that's going to be really good to support your posture. So the first thing we're going to do is doing some reaching. So we're going to reach overhead, arms just above shoulder level, kind of out at a diagonal. So I'm calling this the letter Y. And then I'll come down. Now the capital T, which is just arms straight out to the side. And then down. And then reaching back, we'll call that a capital letter I. So we're going to do 10 of those. So here's our Y, reaching overhead, arms down, reaching to the side. There's our T. And here's our letter I. Good. This is number 3 of our Y formation. Number 3, T. And number 3 of the letter I. Good. So here's 4. Think about maybe taking a nice deep breath every time you reach those arms out. Feel really good. Inflate those lungs. That's number 5. Number 5 for the letter T. the letter I. 6 and 6 and 6 for the letter I. Here's 7. 7 for the letter T. My shoulders are burning too. Hopefully I'm not the only one. Here's number 8. Any of those overhead reaches or out to the side reaches, ooh, they start to create a burn. There's a T, I. Okay, might have lost track of my counting again. That's how you know it's almost lunchtime, because I'm running out of brain fuel. Okay, this is the final one, I promise. Here's the letter T. And then I. Good. Okay. Reset your balance. All right. We're going to do 2 of our power moves. The first one is the twist, where you're basically keeping arms out to the side. You're just going to twist and bring that hand to clap, back, open, and then clap to the other side. Okay, so here's 2. Now we're counting each repetition here. So here's 3, because we're only going to 10. Here's 4. Out, reach over and clap. 6. 7. Twist over for 8. Got off track, didn't I? My counting. Let's make it a solid 10 just to say we did. The next one, you're going to be reaching, stepping out, reaching overhead to the same side above your shoulder. So it's the reach up, and back, and then reaching up, and kind of twisting a little bit, looking up to that hand. Okay, here's 4. Here's 5. Stepping out, twisting and looking up. Here's 7. Here's 8. Here's 9 and 10. Okay. Guess what? We can grab our chairs now. Good. Got about 3.5 minutes. It looks like we've done really good with our time. I can't believe that we're toward the end of our session though. So we're just going to do a little bit of a cool down, working on some deep breathing. So what you're going to do is inhale for 4 seconds and exhale longer for 6 seconds. So let's try that. Get all of the air out of your lungs. So inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do one more. Inhale for 4. Exhale. 5, 6. Okay, let's just do one more. Exhale. All right. Those are kind of nice breathing patterns to pause during the day and get back to. That way you're getting away from doing that shallow breathing that most of us do. So just really taking that nice deep breath to inflate your lungs, and then just maybe making that exhale a couple, 2 or 3 seconds longer than the inhale. So that helps with relaxation. All right, we're going to do a trunk rotation stretch. So you're just going to be reaching to the back of your chair and then turning, and you can use this opposite arm to push on that knee so that you're really rotating to the back. If you're rotating to the right side, really looking over my right shoulder, back behind me, pushing through my left hand, make it an even deeper stretch. Okay, come back to center. So left arm is going to reach to the back of that chair. Right arm is going to help me rotate even more toward that left side. Work on some breathing here. Good. One more to each side. Reaching with my right hand to the back of the chair, pushing with my left hand to really rotate. Breathing, breathing. Back to center, you can kind of shimmy it out, and then let's go to the left side one more time. Just trying to get as much of a rotation. I don't want you to crank too hard. If you're feeling any pain, definitely back off. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Gosh, we made it to the absolute end. All right, you guys. So that's it. That's all we're going to do today. We had a good session. I hope that you can continue that activity. Feel free, of course, to tap into all of these videos, trying to get that activity level up at least 5 or 6 times per week. If you can do 7, then you're a winner. So, all right, take care. Thanks for joining me. All right, we'll see you next time.